What's up, everybody? You're now tuned in to Talking Monkey Business with Monkey Man. And I got today's special guest on here, Sadaja Suell. She's a female welder and entrepreneur, and I'm finna bring in a little talk. Let me bring her in. What's up, girl?
What's going on, Monkey Man?
Nothing much. Oh, I'm Monkey Man now. I'm usually Mr. Cauliflower. Okay.
Cauliflower.
Hey, but I brought you on my show today, to tell people a little bit about yourself. First of all, like I said, you made Black history for me because I never met, first of all, I never met a female welder, first of all, and a Black female welder. That's what make it proud for me to know a Black female welder. So let me ask you this before we get into it. What made you want to be a welder?
Well, I grew up in a little town called Burkeville, Texas. About 15 to 25 miles out of Jasper, Texas. Um, I graduated in a class of 18, so that tells you a lot. We had a small class. I pretty much did everything that they had to offer at the school, and so they just ended
Uh-huh.
up throwing me in there. A guy that I used to date tried to tell me to get into it, and I was like, "No, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm a girl. I'm not gonna get burned up." Um, and so they ended up just put me in there. When I got into class, I was good. Like I was better than all the guys, and I'm like, okay. So I've never been too girly or anything. And so it just sat right with me. I know I didn't want to like go on like professional interviews or anything. Um, I'm sorry, I had a brain fart. I knew I didn't want to do like anything professional. I just wanted to put my earphones in and then just get my hands dirty, like be to myself. And so that's how I got into welding. Pretty much I had did all the classes and they just threw me in there. And I was good, so I was like, okay, I can get with this.
My bad, baby girl. My bad. I hit the wrong button. My bad. My bad. Now, what you was saying?
I said, pretty much I had just did all of the class. I had did everything there was to do, and they threw me in the class, and I was good. So I
Uh,
was like, okay, I can get with this. And I'm trying to share it to my
to your page, yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause that's what I was trying to do, and I got to press the 2 minute button, so I share it later. um. So where you say you from again?
I am from Burkeville, Texas, about 25 miles, 15 to 25 miles outside of Jasper, Texas. Jasper,
So
Texas
how
is
far?
known for James Byrd Jr.
So how far is that from Coons?
Oh, you asking the wrong person. Maybe
Oh, I
about
could
30 minutes, maybe 30
probably
to
third.
minutes.
Yeah, I had a partner. Well, my partner, his wife is from Coons, and he
Okay.
used to go down there all the time, and I done been locked up right there in Beaumont, so I know all
Mm.
that's right there in the same area, Jasper, Fada, Kuntz, all that.
Right.
So you a teacher now. You teach welding. How long
Correct.
you been doing that?
This is my 6th year teaching. Um, and I don't see myself doing anything else. Like this is my bread and butter. This is my pride and joy.
Yeah. So what school you teach at, or college, or whatever it may be?
I teach at a high school in Aldine. It's called Hall Success Academy. It's actually an alternative campus, which is one of the best things that could have happened for me and for these kids. One, because it's small, so it was good for me to transition into. Two, because it was in the same area that I was familiar with, and three, because these students they either have kids dropped off and returned, they are like half of short of their credits. And so pretty much if they don't graduate or find something from our school, pretty much they will not graduate from anywhere else.
Uh,
And so Weldon has gave so many of them an opportunity to still be someone, to recover from those mistakes, to be something of themselves.
I had seen a picture. So it's only women that go to y'all school, or girls, or whatever the case may be.
No,
It's
no,
like
it's
it
girls
was.
and guys. I
Oh,
just try to highlight the girls because, I mean, it's a predominantly male trade. So I just try to
right, right, right.
trying to put my people on for real.
So I seen that you got your. Did you pass your underwater welding class?
Oh no. So it wasn't a class. It was just an opportunity to bring a lot of women from different states. A lot of women flew into Houston from different states. That is a and it's the Ocean Corporation. It's an underwater welding training school. And so we just had an opportunity to network with some women. We had just like a 2 day women event. So I just got a chance to pretty much wipe it off my bucket list because not many people, much less many welders, have that opportunity. So that was big. That was very big for me.
Where is Navy and Ailey? It's quiet in there.
uh, we doing business. They had to.
Yeah, man, them my little homegirls, man. Shout out to Navy and Ayla. Um, so what's your future plans? You just want to be in welding? I mean, doing the teaching thing. You don't want to like get your own welding business or work for another company, or do you do it as a side? Like, say somebody want a barbecue pit or something, or something like of that nature. Would you do that little side hustle to with the
um.
skills you have?
So eventually, I will. Eventually, once I adjust to being, a multi-kid parent, um, once I really just get myself settled in life. I do plan on doing side stuff. I can. I just have not made the time. I'm trying to put more time into my kids right now. My
Right,
my
right.
my biological kids and my students. So right now I'm just focusing on them and working on me the best that I can to be who I need to be for them. And then I'll try to add extra income. But for now, yeah, no.
Now I know we had talked earlier. And I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I know you said you was going to your church today for like I do AANACA, and I know you say you do mental health classes. Is welding a escape for you?
Wilderness definitely an escape for me. And I find myself, wait, let me correct you. So, no mental health classes. I'm a part of an mental health organization, a nonprofit
Oh, okay.
organization called the Dear Nicholin Project. We service ages 18, I believe, through like 25, no younger than 18 though. And
Hmm.
this is just to help people who has mental health, all types of mental health issues. So we have support group today, pretty much where it's like we have depression support group today at 3 to 4. If y'all can come, um, where we talk about things and definitely be that village for each other.
And where is this being held at?
I can send you the flyer and I'll post it on my page later.
Okay, now because I want to, well, yeah, I can put it on my page because I want the people that was listening to, is it at the church, the
No,
lighthouse? Ain't that's
it's
where
not a
you go?
church. No, I go
Oh,
to.
okay, okay, okay. My
Yeah,
bad, my
yeah.
bad.
No, it's not a
Okay,
church.
okay, okay. Yeah, give me that flyer and give me that link. So what other things like, or what other things that you have going on for yourself?
Um, that I have going on. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. I like I said, I'm pretty much just putting all that I can into my students. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, for my children. You asked me about do I ever plan? I honestly plan on retiring from teaching. I love changing kids' life. My baby now decided that she was wanting to be a teacher. Then she moved to wanting to be a principal, and now she wants to be a welding teacher. So we were just kind of chatting yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, mama, like maybe we can open up our own welding school where we teach." And I'm like, "Girl, like don't play with
Yeah,
me. You know how kids change their
yeah.
minds. Kids change their minds about their careers, but I'm like, we can do this. And I'm like, Ayla, what if Navy decides she wants to be a welder? I'm like, girl, we can have us a whole welding college going on. So for now, in the future, maybe
And I don't want nobody to get this twisted. We talking about a 7-year-old child talking about ain't
right.
about 7.
Yeah, she'll be
Yeah, so
7
I
in
don't want y'all to think this is a she's grown. She's really 7 but 45 in the head. But you have to meet her to understand. But that's a beautiful thing to have a child of that age to playing. her future that big. She don't want to be twerking and all this here like some of these other kids that's doing that. She planning for the future and something big and something that's really profitable.
Right.
Um, um, I'm trying to drive. I'm sorry though, but can this wellness class you was talking about? Can anybody come? It's free to the public or whatever.
What the my class?
The class, the mental health class.
The mental health class. Oh yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
class. It's a support group.
I mean, I keep calling it a class. What is it called?
Yeah,
It's a
it's a
support
support
group,
group.
right?
It's a group where we
Okay,
come,
support group.
we just sit down and talk, and we have professional therapists there and everything to just how to help us with anything that we could be dealing with or suffering with. Mental health is real, and I know that's a lot of
Right,
our parents and our grandparents' problems that they did not recognize and locate those mental health problems, and it passed on through generations. But I'm here to say it stops at my kids' generation. It stops at mine. I refuse to let the same things go on, and we're losing so many young people to mental health issues that is sick.
right.
So get the help, and the resources are there. There are so many resources for mental health.
Is there anything you can tell a parent or anybody that's listening or anybody going through mental health? What's 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 the best way to like open up to a person, or how do you feel safe open like in AA? We have that spiritual friend, that person that we can confide in, that what I'm saying, that don't know nobody I know or know nobody, and I don't know nobody they know, and I can confide in them, and I know my secret be safe. So, what is a suggestion that you can give to a person that's probably holding on to something, to open up, or what?
Um, my advice would be, especially I hate to hear someone say like, I don't need nobody, I don't got no friends. I hate to hear people say that because I'm also in a all women's kingdom influencers group, and we've been doing a lot of book studies and stuff. And something she said today, I mean the other day, stood out to me, was like, you have to, every point that you got in your life, someone that you met, if you would have never met that person, you would have never got that point in life. So if you decide to be that person who doesn't network, doesn't talk to people, doesn't vent to people, does not like I said, network with anyone, it is going to be hard for you to elevate and to get places in life. It's always going to be someone to help you get to that next step in life. So my advice is, find someone that you can talk to, um whether that's someone you know or someone you don't know. Find someone who has went through similar things or who are going through similar things. I would recommend who has went through, because they'll be able to give you more advice rather than someone who's going through something, because they're still trying to figure it out themselves.
Or are there any type of way that you can spot it, or what I'm saying, or address it? Like, is it a way you can spot somebody that's going through a mental health issue or whatever the case may be?
Um, I mean, mental health is shown up in so many different ways. So most of the time you can see people going through it. It's on them.
Right.
Um, it's, you can just feel it. I read energy very good. So when I come around somebody, I can tell most of the time. I'm not God, so but most of the time I can tell when somebody's going through things, and I try to open up my mouth and start talking about, anything that I can in order to get that person, or just get something over to that person, something that I might say can go a long way with people. So sometimes I say about 75% of the time you can tell, but then some you can't. And that I think that's the most deadly things, is those that you can't tell, because then nobody, especially those who don't show that they're going through something, because then nobody knows how to help you, or what way to send you for the right resources.
Right. Because somebody we know, and I tell you later on, or Riri will tell you, but I'm spotting it that somebody in the house over there is going through it, but I don't know how to come to them, because at the end of the day, they're gonna always say, "Oh no, I'm cool," or this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? But I'm knowing, nah, brother, you drinking too much, and you not. You know what I'm saying? You sitting in the dark and all this here. That's depression. I know depression when I see it because I done been depressed.
Right.
But is it? How could I, or could you give me some advice on how could I come at that person, or just keep it 100 with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, just come
Um,
at them. You know, I don't want to come at them like stepping on their toes or nothing like that. But I'm like, something has to be said to this dude. You know what I'm saying? Because it's on my heart.
Right. College Father, all you can do is open your mouth and start the conversation. Where we mess up is we try to tell somebody to do something, and then when they don't take that advice, or when they don't start moving differently in that moment or on our pace, we tend to
Uh
get
huh.
upset, we tend to get disappointed. All you can do is open your mouth and hope that someone hears you. That's all that you can truly
Right.
do. All you can do
Right.
is share as much information that you can. Um, I advise you to speak. Just speak from personal. Speak about yourself. Don't say anything about what you think that person is going through, or anything that has been discussed or anything. Talk from your standpoint. Well, you know what, man, I've been depressed before, because you know what, in a lot of adult men, it is hard for them to accept that they have mental health issues, or that they're going through depression or
No
anything.
bullshit.
So all
No
you can do is
bullshit.
open your mouth and speak from experience, and hope that he'll hear you. Also read the room. So read the conversation, read his or read their responses back to you. That'll tell you how far that you need to continue going, or that you need to back off. But what I will say is, you will push people further away from their breakthrough, trying to force something on them.
Oh, I'm trying to give, but I'll come back. I'll come back. Yeah, I was trying to give somebody some change. I ain't God. I thought I had some change on me. Yeah, man. Cause I don't. I know how it is. Like I say, I went through depression and I did drugs and whoop whoop this, that, and the third. But and I understand what you say. You got to plant the seed. People planted the seed in me, but it took time, or I say it took God to start feeding that seed. Once you know what I'm saying, and help me understand. Hey, man, I'm depressed. You know what I'm saying,
Right.
and I need to do something better because people be looking, you know what I'm saying, and they know, but they don't know how to. And I don't want a person to be like, hey, bro, I don't think I don't love you. I don't see you. I see what you're going through. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So I sure appreciate that advice. So I just have, and that's the same thing we do in the program. We only we the person's story and be like, you know what, I went through that too. So I understand what you're saying. When you hear another person's story, that help. It's like you giving him advice, but through your story. I see what you're saying.
Right.
I see what
Right.
you're
Right.
saying,
Right. 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 And so people are so more
man. But
accepting to people are so more accepting to hearing, I went through this, and this is what I did. This is try not to recommend or advise anything to him throughout that first conversation. What I want you to know is, it's not going to take only one conversation. You might have to be able to become that safe place for that person, in order for their breakthrough. But one thing that I'll never forget, since I first started my Bible study group, is that your yes is tied to someone else's yes. Like, that's not weighing on your heart for nothing. Even with you being over there and around there, it's not weighing on your heart for nothing. So
right,
if you feel like you can be that for that person, just be patient. Try not to be too impatient. Try to keep anything other than you trying to help them recognize what they're going through out of the way. So try to keep any other opinions or anything else that's going around out of there. Like, if you're genuinely going to be concerned about that person, be concerned about that person.
right. I got you. I got you. So you got a Bible study?
Yeah, I'm a part of a Kingdom Influencers Women Bible Study group. We are.
Oh, so it's only for women. Y'all
It's
discriminating.
only
Oh,
for
okay,
women.
now.
It's only for women. It's only for younger women. It's only for younger women. So yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
cool. That's
we
cool.
just wanted to create us, or my leader wanted to create a space, where we're able to come, because you know how it is in old school churches and with the women. We just wanted a judgment free zone, for us to be able to work through things and heal spiritually without any judgment around us. So it is one of the best things that could have ever happened to me.
Oh, okay. So do you see yourself pursuing getting behind the pulpit, or are you under the old law where women don't belong behind the pulpit? 'Cause I know you grew up in the country. I know
I,
how them country people
I grew up in the country. I got a lot to work on in my life before I ever. I've never considered it. I have a lot to
live.
work on.
Okay.
But if God tells me, oh, I'm gonna have a hard time, but I'm gonna have to listen to my God.
Mm,
Not to
yeah.
call me out. We're gonna pray on that.
Yeah,
We're gonna pray on that.
but I mean, at the end of the day, with you doing your seminars on the mental health and stuff like that, you still carrying the message regardless. You know what
Right.
I'm
So,
saying? You
and that's
still.
what I think. I think like I testify, and I spread God's gospel, through conversation, through my students. I've had young male students from the ages of like 16 to 18, like mids. I think my life is like how it is because I haven't been going to church, or I haven't been close to God. Like I have those students, who listen to
Hmm.
NBA and all that, come to me and say these things. So I know they're hearing me. Like I don't believe that God wants me behind the pulpit. Like He has me where He wants me to be able to get to who I need to get to.
Yeah,
Get
cause
through this.
I feel like, and I'm put you in that category with me. I feel like I'm a street preacher, like a soldier for the streets. Like
Right,
sometimes we like, and I'm not saying I'm not knocking the pastors or nothing like that, but sometimes a lot of people don't go to church because the pastors seem unreachable. But when it's people like us that know the word a little bit, I can't say I know the word a little bit. I don't know how far you is in the word,
right,
but
right, right,
I can. But if I could tell them and tell them a little bit about my life and show them what God has done for me,
right,
they'll clean it up more than TD Jakes or Joel Osteen or anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
right,
The
right,
and so God put us in positions to do things. 'Cause like I always tell people, what church Jesus went to, he was in the streets. Jesus was in the streets. You
right,
know what I'm saying? Reaching and touching souls.
right.
Yeah. So I mean, I know this is a little short interview, but is it anything else you wanna say, or is there anything else you wanna lead the people or whatever before we
Uh,
go?
yeah. So I think I just kind of wanna, not too thorough, but thoroughly tell my story, because like you just said, um, what God has for me, He has for me. Um, so I went to school. I started welding in 10th grade. I
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I think once I thought about being a vet, but I'm scared of half of the animals on the earth, so that wasn't going to work. And then
Yeah.
so I was trying to see what I wanted to do. I knew I never wanted to do like hair or be a nurse. None of the stuff that the girls did. I never wanted to do that. So being put, like I said, it tried to be introduced to me. The guy was like, try welding. I'm like, no, like that's not for me. Um, but God was like, let me show you, put me in the class. I was better. I was good. I was better than like all the guys in there. So I'm like, okay. Okay. So then I ended up going to college for it. I wanted to make my granny proud. And my high school welding instructor, he's a very big role model for me. So I wanted to make him proud also. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to college for welding. I went to a junior college for 2 years and got my associate's degree in applied science for welding technology. I never went to school to be a teacher. Let's remember that I never wanted to be a teacher. So I graduated. I graduated. Oh wait, let's back up. After my first semester of college, I got pregnant with Ayla. I went back to college. I stayed on the dorms my second semester, and I just couldn't do it. So I ended up coming back home, and I drove back and forth. I drove 144 miles one way, 244 miles round trip every day back in school to college. Pregnant and all.
Wow.
The entire pregnancy. I had my baby on that Saturday or Sunday. That Friday, I was in class. My granny kept saying, I just think you're gonna have that baby on the road. And I was like, Granny, well, she gonna come, baby, because I have to do this. I went through so many obstacles trying to get enrolled in college alone. I had to fight one of my parents for documents to get in college. I had to get all of these other supporting documents because I was unable to get those documents, just trying to do something with myself. I went through so many hardships. I ended up getting in college, and I finished. I walked with my baby on my hip. After that, I started, venturing out into the fields and stuff. I faced so much discrimination. I faced so much discrimination. And I started doubting, like, are you not that good of a welder? But I was good enough to get the jobs. I was good enough to pass the weld test, get the jobs. They just discriminated against me, and it wasn't even the co-workers. It was like the supervisors and stuff. So they kept firing me. And so I reached a point of depression, deep, deep, deep depression. I got this baby, and I have to make a way for this baby. I refuse to be like where I came from. One of my favorite quotes, that I love to tell my students, is that your DNA is not your destiny. Where you come from is not who your family. You don't have to be like your family. Your hood, you don't have to stay in the hood. Okay, so I kind of tried to settle, and I went and took a CNA class. Um, Once I complete, they called me. Let's see. So one of my family members reached out and was like, this place is hiring for a welding teacher, and I'm like, do you know where I graduated from? Like, I can't be no teacher. Like, I was not super, super book smart in class. Like, I did enough to get by. A's and B's, the lowest A's and B's. Um, and so what happened? Okay, so I took the CNA class, started working CNA. I love people. I love to care for people. I love to love on people. So I love the work. The pay was just horrible. They don't pay CNAs enough. And I knew that was not my dream. That wasn't what I wanted to do. And so I actually got called for this job for an interview, um, and I did not get fired. I did not get hired. They called me in August. The lady ripped me to shreds. Asked me, like, told me that I was super young, and that the guys, they do this, like, just completely ripped me to shreds. I got a ticket on my way back to the country because I was like, I got to get out the city, like, and I've lived in the city. I got a ticket on the way back home. They called me back in November because what God has for me is for me. Okay, Collie?
Right,
They
right.
called me back in November. I did the interview and I was hired. And that was one of the best things that has ever happened to me. That has ever happened to me. Um, I'm sorry. Um, God is
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
God is good. God is good. And I just
Yeah,
want people to know that it does not matter. It does not matter where you came from. It does not matter what you did. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday. You woke up today and asked God to forgive you for yesterday, your life can change forever. Like,
right.
just put in the effort, just keep the faith. And you will make it out. You can make it out. It's possible. If I can do it with everything that I've been through, cauliflower, if I could do it with no parents, with my grandmother, if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Right.
Right.
Miss Broccoli calling me now, but I'm ignoring her call. 'Cause we on the we on the interview.
Right.
Um, um. So where you from? Is it a high crime rate? I know it's the country, but it's still drugs, it's still gang bang. Cause really, and I'm gonna tell you some real God honest truth. They was in the country before Houston started banging, like towns like Sealy, Brenham, Navasota, all them cats. They was banging way before Houston even started banging. So, like,
Right.
was it a high? Um, well, let me put it like this: what was y'all opportunities like from where you was from?
Um, there were not many. There are still not many. I try to talk to so many of my friends and associates and stuff down there and let them know, like, Houston ain't for everybody. stop moving to Houston. We got too many people in Houston. Houston is not for everyone, but get out of the country. There's no opportunities. There's 3 to 4 jobs that everyone is fighting over. Uh, the opportunities, the stepping stone opportunity is there, right? But you gotta step on that
Mhm.
and get out of there. Get out of there. Yeah. The crime rate, I can't speak on the crime rate. I mean, they do the most now. The young people have completely lost their mind. They do the most now.
Right.
Uh, my granny kept me in the house. My granny kept me under her, so I did not witness or was not involved in much of that. But yeah, I think, like I said, the biggest crime that Jasper is known for is James Byrd Jr., which was the man that the 3 white guys, chained to the back of the truck and drugged till they decapitated them.
Right.
Um,
Right.
right. And even growing up in a city that is known for racism, I myself never experienced racism. I never
I was
experienced.
gonna ask you that. I
I
was
never.
finna ask you that.
I didn't. We hung. Me and the whites hung. Me and the blacks hung. Me and whoever else hung. I never experienced it. A lot of people did. I never experienced it.
Little norm. Little norm outside. Yeah. Wow. So how old are you? If you don't mind asking. I mean, you don't mind telling.
I'm 26. I started
Oh,
school.
you young.
Right.
Damn, you act like you about 40.
No.
Nah, but you wise for your age, you know what I'm saying? And you a teacher, and you doing this and you doing that, you not and I never seen this about you anyway. You carry yourself very mature, you know what I'm saying? But that age right there, most females only caring about themselves. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
And they ain't trying to help nobody. They ain't even really, cause we don't, us is our age. I mean
Hmm.
our culture. We don't really plan on settling down and doing the right thing till we about 35.
Right.
Almost 40. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
um, what made you want to go ahead and get your life together right now? Was it your upbringing or just how you seen life around you?
I would definitely say it was my upbringing. Like I said, my granny raised me, and I seen my granny. I didn't see my granny take a drug. I didn't see my granny take a drink. I seen my granny go to work and go to church. That's all. The only place I ever seen my granny go was work, church, and the grocery store. So that's definitely what motivated me. But also, my family had not, uh, been the ideal person that I wanted to be. So as unfortunate as it is, I use them as, motivation to not be where I came from. Your DNA is not your destiny. Not to say too much. Your DNA is not your destiny. And so that was my
Mhm.
motivation to just be a better person. I just didn't want to be. I experienced it and I hated it as a child, and I just did not want to be that way. And it's still a struggle. And I still fight those same things. I still fight. I still fight to keep my job. I still fight to be professional because sometimes I do. I just want to be young and get loose. But I quickly realized, um, that in any moment I could lose everything I have, and I've worked too hard for it. So I'll shake back before I get too deep.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
you a powerful young lady, man, and I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I haven't known you that long, but like I say, I don't. It was a lady on YouTube. I don't know if you ever heard of Charleston White and Dewberry, but Charleston White, Dewberry, I be on his podcast a lot. Um, and it was a lady on there. She was talking. I forgot what we was talking about that day on his podcast, and it was a lady in the comments say, "I want to be a welder
Mhm.
and a mechanic," and she was a female. She would say she wanted to be a welder or a mechanic, and I said, "Ooh, I know a welder." You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I like, well, maybe I can. And I already put you on the show before I even booked the show. I say I'm gonna have a welder on my show. Come
Right.
check in. I didn't even know if you were gonna say yay or nay, but I already,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. But I know that there's women out there that probably need to hear this, or young girls that need to hear this that be thinking it's a stereotype, or because now in the last maybe 4 or 5 years, I done seen more women driving 18. Really, it started with the city of Houston. I seen more women driving trash trucks for the city of Houston than I ever seen because I work at a trash company, and I
Right.
see it's like now it's like half and half, half men, half women driving garbage truck. Then I'm looking around, I see women in 18 wheelers. You know what I'm saying? So, and now, like I say, you the only other than your class, but as far as I know personally, done seen you the only woman welder. Because when Ree told me you was a welder, I'm like, she well, you know what I'm saying? Like I never seen that. That was foreign
Right.
to me. You know what I'm saying? And I like. I'm the type of person I like shit that I never seen before. That shit
Right.
just intrigues me, and I'll be wanting to know what made you want to do that out of all the things, being a model or like you say, doing hair or whatever. You became not only a welder but a teacher, and you teaching other people. So ain't no telling how many kids you now then put in position to make good
Right.
money. Cause that's
Right.
like what $100,000 better trade, especially if you get to the underwater part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is a dangerous. That's dangerous.
Right.
Yeah. But man, I thank you for taking the time out your day to be on my show, and
It
I
sounds.
hope this inspired somebody. And if you want to, you can give somebody a word of encouragement or just say some encouraging words before you go.
Um. Oh, I'm sorry.
You need to
Oh,
make that shirt your DNA. Now we ain't gonna say it. We're gonna talk behind. We need to
yeah.
sell them shirts.
Okay. I got
Yeah,
you.
we need to sell them shirts. Yeah,
That's just the quote I want to leave with. That your DNA is not your destiny. Your yesterday is
yeah.
not your tomorrow. And once we realize that, this world will be such a better place. Like,
Mm.
so I thank you for
Well,
bringing me on your show.
ain't no problem. This probably won't be our last because too. I don't know if you want to, but I have relationship Wednesdays where I need females and I need males, so we can talk about how us as black people, because I don't feel like white people have a problem with relationships. They
Right.
do, but we handle ours different. We don't last
Right.
long, or
Right.
maybe our expectations too high for a female, and vice versa for a woman. So I bring people along, and we have a little panel discussion. And
Right.
I got a married couple, I got my partner, but I think I need because it's two men, a married couple, and one woman. I think I need one more woman. That's on Wednesdays if you want to be a part of that. I
Okay.
because
That's the
I'm with
area in my
Ree.
life that I'm definitely working
Huh?
on. So I can
Yeah,
only
me.
say so much. But I would love to share, I guess, my views on, whatever the topic
Yeah,
is.
yeah. I'm going through it too. I mean, me and Ree look good, but I be tripping. So I need to know. I need help my damn self. I be thinking I be doing the right shit and I be wrong as hell. So yeah, man. But I thank everybody for tuning in to Talking Monkey Business with Monkey Man, and everybody have a good day. Have a good day, baby girl.
Thank you.
Bye.